Today marks the 1-year anniversary of this channel producing wrestling content.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.
That's right, we've been here for 1 year, and I want to thank every single one of you. If I could, I would shake each of your hands, but probably half of you are bots anyways. Just kidding. Maybe. I don't know. If you are bots, then welcome. Thank you for subscribing. And if you're not, well, thank you for subscribing. All right, so how are we going to celebrate? Well, by talking wrestling. We're going to do the monthly series of MVP of WWE. This is a series in which I look back at the previous month to see who was the MVP of, well, WWE. I already kind of revealed that with the title. But yeah, you know, we live in such a fast-paced world that we tend to forget what happened a month ago. Heck, I don't remember when the last time I had a good night's sleep. So let's get going. Right now, we're in the month of April, so we look at the month of March. Nothing that happened in April can apply. We're only looking at March. March started off with the doozy of the Elimination Chamber.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
You think back, that was when John Cena turned heel. The Elimination Chamber was March 1st. So March 1st to March 31st is in play here. Nothing else. So we're going to start off. We do mid-cards, we do tag teams, we do the main event scene as well. So let's start off with our first male mid-card MVP, and that's got to be Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso, I kind of low-key feel bad for, because at this point, I kind of would rather him be in the main event. I get it. I'm still on board the Yeet train, but oh man, I see Jimmy in the ring. He performs better. On the microphone, he demonstrates a wider range. Let's just say that this Gunther J feud was kind of at a standstill until Jimmy got involved. Jimmy comes in and he's like, "What are you doing, little bro? What are you doing? Why are you so scared?"
Last week, you been hitting that dial for 15 years, Uso. You became a damn joke.
And then he slaps the taste out of Gunther's mouth, and holy crap, that was a slap. That was a slap. My mom called me and was like, "Did you hear that? It sounded like somebody just slapped the crap out of somebody." I'm like, Mom, I'm watching Raw right now, and that was Jimmy Uso. She's like, "Who? What's going on?" "I gotta go, Mom. I'm watching wrestling." That slap was just like, oh man, it hurt me. I still might have Jimmy Uso's handprint on my face with how hard he slapped Gunther. That one time, and then he goes and single-handedly sacrifices himself and saves this feud by we had Jimmy versus Gunther. I'm gonna show that he's just a man. And well, no, he didn't show him he was just a man. He showed him that he was a killing machine, and Gunther beats him. He pins him like 3 times, but twice he pulls up his head so he can't get the count.
By Gunther. And he said, and now
it was over. Usually, that's like an overconfident heel that's going to get pinned, but no. This was an overconfident heel that just continued to be overconfident and prove that he was who he said he was. And then after the match, Jay comes out, ends up getting handcuffed with zip tied to the ring. Just doesn't sound as cool. He gets zip tied to the ring while Gunther just mauls him. Blood everywhere. Jimmy just literally bleeding to make this feud worth something, and Gunther just brutalizes him, wipes his blood on his body, puts him in a sleeper hold. By the time it's all said and done, literally head to wrestling trunks, he is covered in Jimmy Uso's blood, laughing at Jay, just like holding up the title. Just for real, Jimmy single-handedly bled to make his brother's feud worth something. I give all props to Jimmy Uso for this. If this feud is a success, it's gonna be like 80% Jimmy, 15% Gunther, 5% Jay at this point, because wow, this was so good. This is what was needed. Now this is a proper blood feud, literally. And the MVP of this channel for 1 year straight has been you beautiful boys and girls. That's right, you're the MVPs, and to celebrate, I am going to give away this belt. I've given away 2 belts over the course of this year, and I want to give away another. At 20,000 subscribers, I'm going to give away this belt, and then at 30,000 subscribers, 40,000, at 10,000 subscribers, I give away a belt because I am insane, and I love you. How do you win it, though? How do you win the belt, you might ask? And if you don't ask, go ahead, ask it. No, seriously, ask me. You didn't ask, did you? Okay, well, I'll tell you. All you gotta do is comment below. And then you gotta subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, notification, and then you gotta thumbs up the video as well. I would greatly appreciate it. If you don't want to do the thumbs up, I guess technically you don't have to, but come on. It's my 1 year anniversary. Thumbs up the video. And then, yeah, you know what? Trying to quit the day job, gonna go full-time on YouTube producing wrestling content, and you can win a belt, so you're the MVPs. Help me out be the MVP of YouTube in general. Now we go to the MVP of the women's mid-card division, and that's gotta be Naomi. Now, some people will tell me that Naomi is a main eventer. I still position her as a mid-card. That's not an insult. It's not an insult. I position people like The Miz, Kofi Kingston. Those guys are mid-cards, even though they've held the big title. It's just the way it is to me right now. But I really think if we play our cards right, Naomi will be in the main event scene as a main eventer by next month, in the next month or two, because she is doing phenomenal work. Holy crap. She might be my favorite character on WWE TV right now. If she's not, she's top 3. Top 3 for sure. Naomi, she's in the Elimination Chamber. Don't forget, that counts. It was in March. She's in the Elimination Chamber. Jade Cargill comes out.
What the? Wait a minute, Jade Cargill has attacked Naomi!
Holy cow, she beat her up so good, while Bianca's just like crashing out saying, no, what are you doing? Then, on SmackDown, the following SmackDown, probably one of the best women's segments, if not like heel turn segments that I've ever seen. It was just so freaking good. Her and Bianca, they're just it's like Bianca saying, did you do it?
It is very simple. It is a yes or it is a no.
And Naomi's like, well, she's kind of playing like, I don't know, she doesn't want to say it, and then finally she's like,
I did it.
Yeah, I did it. I did it for you, Bianca. Call back to, I did it for you, Rock. But, like, she did it way better than Rikishi, her father-in-law, by coincidence.
Yeah, I did it. I did it for you.
I did it for you. She's riding in your coattails. And then, you know, she has to remind us that, you know what? Bianca's like main eventer, right? But who was there first? Who's been in WWE for way longer? I remember Naomi as a Funkadactyl.
About to get funky up in here. Know what I'm saying? We're about to get funky here in Beantown.
She was a dancing dinosaur, okay? Never wore the actual suit, but that's how far back I remember Naomi. And it's like, yeah, why is Naomi a mid-carder? She should be a main eventer. She is so freaking awesome. And we just have this very emotional scene where Bianca eventually just walks out and then Jade Cargill comes. Now, I do believe that they shouldn't have let Jade Cargill get her hands on Naomi here. I think Naomi should have just ran away to allow us to digest the whole scene more. But Jade Cargill beats her up some, and then whatever. But the scene, the segment itself was just so powerful. She's crying on command. And then the following weeks, we get Naomi actually cost Jade Cargill her first singles pinfall loss, which is insane to Liv Morgan. Great job, Liv Morgan. But Naomi's the reason why that happened. She gets to visually stand over a fallen Jade Cargill, and then she has a vignette. It's a cinematic vignette. That when they give you a cinematic promo segment, whatever it is, that's money. They believe in you because those cost a lot of money. So they give her a segment where she's like kind of just talking about how it's her time now. She's like playing the victim, right, crying again. But then they would cut away to her just smiling and laughing like a supervillain, like the Joker in Arkham Asylum.
But you know what? What I've learned through all of this, you teach people how to treat you.
Which is helped by the fact that she's wearing caution tape. Naomi right now, wow. I love Jade Cargill. I really do. I know a lot of people are Jade Cargill haters, but not me. And whatever's going on behind the scenes, I'm just gonna, you know what? I don't try to pay attention to that too much. And I am just, I want Naomi to win this feud now. I really do. I thought it was a no-brainer for Jade Cargill to win this feud, but now, what they've done with Naomi in just a month, she has had more character in this month than she's had in the last, 8 years. She's so money. She is so money right now, and I hope they push her to the moon. She is definitely the MVP of the mid-card women's division, and I hope this is the last time she's eligible, because next month, I want to put her as the MVP of the main event women's division. Oh, and before the first MVP, just to let you know, we have a Reddit page now. It's our Wrestlechop. SRP contacted me, one of the subscribers of the channel. Was like, hey man, you want to do a Reddit page? I'll run it for you. I'm like, Reddit scares me. He's like, I'll do all the work. So now I've seen other YouTubers do Reddit videos, and they're usually pretty humorous. And you know what? I'm not afraid to copy. I'm not afraid to copy someone. If it's a good idea, why wouldn't I copy it? So yeah, we got a Reddit page. If you're on Reddit, go check it out. So let's go now to our tag team. There's not many choices. The women's division, I was hoping would remain strong with Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. They won in a great match last month, and then they just kind of not done anything really with it. So I think they had one title defense, or at least one tag match, but it wasn't nothing that I can really remember. So they don't get it. War Raiders have been champion, but let's be honest, they haven't really done nothing. They had a good match with the Creed brothers, but I can't even remember if that was January or if that was March. So if I can't really remember things about you, then you're not memorable and you're not an MVP. I do remember this though: the Street Profits getting great vignettes. Right? Just great vignettes. Angelo Dawkins looking amazing. I am tired of people telling me that Angelo Dawkins is such the weak link. He might not be more charismatic than Montez Ford, but make no mistake about it, Angelo Dawkins is good and amazing, and the dude could stand on his own 2 feet. Just because The Rock was way more charismatic than Triple H doesn't mean, oh, well, I guess Triple H just sucks and can't be a wrestler because The Rock was so much better. No. And yes, I know the Street Profits might not, measure up to those two, but you get the analogy. Montez Ford he's a star, baby. He's a star, but that doesn't mean, just because his star is brighter than Angelo Dawkins, doesn't mean Angelo Dawkins isn't a star. You get what I'm saying? A star's a star, has a lot of gravitational pull. But that said, gotta give it to the Street Profits. They have a lot. They do promo after promo, then they win the tag team championships.
From the heavens, do we have new champs? Yes!
The SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And then, not just that, unlike other champions, crazy thought, they become champion, and then they have a fight the following week, and then they have another wrestling match the following week. Holy cow, we got champions who didn't just disappear off TV because they won a championship. So Street Profits, they win against DIY, and DIY doing a fantastic job, by the way. Love DIY. Then they go fight Los Garza. Sorry, I have a hard time pronouncing their name. I apologize to them. They have a great match there. A little inconsistency with storylines because Pretty Deadly is supposed to be the #1 contenders, but whatever. But then the following week in London, we have against Pretty Deadly. Love Pretty Deadly. They're doing a great job as well. And so we have a match, and Street Profits win, win, win. The only downside to the Street Profits this month is they got Def Rebelled. Their theme song sucks now. Go back to the other theme song. I don't care if they're a little more serious. That other theme song was way better than this theme song. But overall, Street Profits, they're amazing, they're awesome, and they are your tag team MVP of the month of March. Now we go to the women's MVP, the main event scene. Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, congratulations. I think this is the first time that I haven't had to pick Liv Morgan or Rhea Ripley. That's how dominant Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan have been in the women's division, that this might literally be the first time I'm picking someone else. Oh, did I pick Becky Lynch one time? I don't know. I really don't think I did. I really think this is literally the first time since doing this series that I got to pick someone else. And I could have picked Rhea Ripley, because even though she lost her title, she was still all over the storyline. That storyline definitely revolved around her. But it takes two to tango, or I guess three in this case, and Bianca Belair was very much so in that mix. Now I do think that Rhea, like, kind of the story is revolving around her, but Bianca is holding her own. Plus, Bianca won the Elimination Chamber.
You can't spell WrestleMania without EST.
Bianca's not backing down from Rhea Ripley, and Bianca had that awesome segment that I talked about earlier with Naomi. So Bianca's in two really big storylines. Bianca, she's kind of like stepped out of the Jade Naomi storyline for the moment, and we know that she's going to enter right back in. Jade is still taking pop shots at her on Twitter, so I'm wondering, is Bianca the villain in this scenario? I don't know. We'll see. We'll still play it out. I hope she's not. I hope Naomi did this on her own volition. Even if Bianca does turn heel and eventually reconciles with heel Naomi, I hope that Bianca had nothing to do with the attack. But that said, we got Bianca having that awesome, amazing segment that I talked about earlier with Naomi. Plus, she's in the main event of WrestleMania. She just had she was just a referee, called double DQ on Io and Rhea. She's not backing down from Rhea, which everybody seems to do. Well, I guess Io's not either, so to be fair to Io, Io, you could argue, should be the MVP as well, because she did win the title. It was a shock title win from Rhea Ripley, because we're on that road to WrestleMania, but I gotta give it to Bianca. Winning the Elimination Chamber, holding her own, standing up for herself, being a major part of the world title picture, plus the Naomi segment and that feud going on, a rare feud without a title. She's in a feud without a title and a title. Bianca's your MVP. Gotta give it to her. And now we go to the men's MVP. And, well, CM Punk has a case. He's definitely, his story of trying to main event WrestleMania has been good, has been great. And the favor, holy cow, that favor. You produce a YouTube video on that favor, you're getting 15,000 views, because that's what I got. Thank you, everybody. If you're new to the channel because of that favor video, welcome, welcome, welcome. You've come at a great time, because we're just going to keep producing wrestling content. But unfortunately, can't give it to CM Punk. I got to give it to the person that we've all been talking about, Tonga Loa. He's set to return in June. And I know that's far off, but just him in the news gets him the MVP spot. Tonga Loa is your MVP of 2025. Let's just okay, you know what? Tonga Loa is not eligible because he would just win every month. We're going to talk about John Cena. John Cena is your MVP of the month of March. I'm going to tell you this. His heel turn alone would have got him the spot. That was Elimination Chamber. He turns heel. No one saw it coming. I know it seems like forever ago, but yeah, it was last month. It was like 33 days ago, 32 days ago, and he turns heel. Not a soul saw it coming. No one. And if you said, well, I called it, you were just throwing anything against the wall. Nobody called this. Nobody called this. And if you did, then buy lottery tickets, because wow, that was a prediction to end all predictions. This was amazing. He turns heel, and then he shows up to Raw for the next 3 weeks, and his first promo,
You
are pathetic.
He says it's all the fans' fault, and he switches it. He tells us that he's not getting new gear because that's what we want. No new music. We deserve nothing. He makes fun of a 10-year-old kid 2 weeks in a row.
Everybody, including that one kid right there, is a toxic, dysfunctional relationship.
And I was expecting something else, but I was holding off judgment. And then week 3 happened. I feel the turn, the explanations, and the promos could have been better after when it was all said and done, but it's still very entertaining. It's still very like, okay, let's see where it goes. And then finally, week 3, we got John Cena cook Cody Rhodes, and then Cody Rhodes, hey, you know what? He cooked back. You know, it was a chilly cook-off. It wasn't just a one-sided affair. John Cena's cooking, Cody Rhodes is cooking, and, you know, they had a great segment. You could maybe argue that Cody Rhodes also deserves to be the main event, the MVP, because it takes 2 to tango. He's kind of holding his own, like Bianca was or is with Io and Rhea. Cody's holding his own with John Cena. However, it's John Cena's actions here that I just feel like I said, that heel turn alone would have done it. But the fact that he's showed up on TV every week, he's getting the numbers, he's getting people talking. That's what the industry's talking about right now. It's either you're talking about The Favor, I guess you're also talking about Jimmy Uso bleeding everywhere, and you're talking about John Cena's heel turn, and will he ruin wrestling for everyone? John Cena, without a doubt, your male MVP. I'm glad he got it. I really am, because, you know, this is his last year. I want to give John Cena, even if John Cena broke up with me, I still love you, John, and you get the MVP for at least the month of March. And so there you have it. You know what? I also do celebrity MVPs. Got to give it to Travis Scott. A lot of people don't like Travis Scott. A lot of people are mad at Travis Scott. He did a smack on Cody Rhodes and it busted his eardrum or something and gave him a really gnarly black eye. Honestly, I think that black eye looked really cool on Cody Rhodes. He could use a couple more black eyes. But Travis Scott, rapper, didn't make sense why he came out, but whatever the case may be, I've already done a video even on Travis Scott. I'll post it right up there about how it's like, you know, we shouldn't blame Travis Scott for, you know, we shouldn't like want a receipt on Travis Scott because it wasn't really, I don't think it was really his fault. I mean, it was, he did the punch and maybe he botched it a little, but at the same time, I think you go watch the video and you'll see how I explain why that it wasn't his fault and maybe that like he was put in an unfair position and it resulted in the results that it did result in, if that makes sense. But anyways, Travis Scott is your MVP celebrity, bringing more eyes to the product. And yeah, hopefully we go somewhere with that storyline though, because where's The Rock been? Where's Travis Scott been? Hopefully we go somewhere with that storyline. But that said,
the party is most definitely not over.
I appreciate every single one of you. Like I said, you're the MVPs. Let me know in the comments below who your MVP is. Boys, girls, thank you very much for spending this year with me producing wrestling content. Let's grow bigger and better and get me to quit my day job. Appreciate every single one of you. Have a good day, boys and girls.